Again, I should not have done this, but I promised myself that even if I didn't get enough sleep this morning, which I didn't, that I would take a nap after, which I will, even though I shouldn't, but I know I will because I have a stream later tonight. And I don't want to be tired for it because not only will I be tired for it, I will most likely end up not streaming at all, which we can't have because it is the biggest launch week of all the games that I don't want to miss out on. For those of you who play other games or who don't play other games but are wondering what in the world is going on that makes me behave like this, today is the day that Valkyrie Elysium is coming out on PC, and I will not be missing that. The thing about Valkyrie is that I probably will not be playing Valkyrie today, because today it just so happens that there's another launch, which is the Tactics Ogre Reborn. I don't know if you know Tactics Ogre Reborn, but Tactics Ogre Reborn is a game that I have been looking forward to for a very, very, very long time. And I still don't know if I'll get to play it today, but I am going to do my very best. And I'm just very excited for it. And there's no way that I'm not going to take a nap before either Valkyrie or Tactics Ogre stream. But if both of these for some reason don't happen and they fall apart, there's still Harvestella. And Harvestella came out last week. I am yet to finish chapter 3 because the game is just so good. The game is too good to rush through. And I have no intention of rushing through Harvestella whatsoever. It's such a beautiful, emotional, wonderful JRPG journey that I don't even know. Like I haven't played a game that got me so sucked in to the story and the environment in a very long time. The only thing that really compares is probably Final Fantasy XIV, because at the moment Harvestella and Final Fantasy XIV are the two games that I will log into and do things in off stream as well. So it's not just a thing for me to do on stream, it's actually a safe place for me to like log into and like tend to my little farm and do all these things that are not story, but that just help me feel like I'm actually playing the game, and that just feels so good. And yes, I play Harvestella off stream, and I, at this point, am over leveled for a lot of Harvestella content, and I'm sorry, because when you watch my Harvestella streams, it gives you this false notion that the game is just super easy and that there's nothing to look forward to when it comes to content. But I am begging you, if you watch my Harvestella streams, do keep in mind that I have my morning coffee while playing Harvestella, and everything that I do in Harvestella, like tending to the farm or gathering or anything like that, anything that isn't story related content levels you up. I am over leveled. I'm over leveled, and I'm sorry, but I just couldn't stop myself. So you should take, what am I doing? Why am I not initiating the quest? You should take my Harvestella playthrough with a big grain of salt when it comes to the overall difficulty, because I have not done right by you. I've played when I shouldn't have played. But I don't regret it. The game is just so good. The game is too good. Some games make you slow down because they're worth savoring. Yes! And honestly, I'm seeing these like first people who are just now finishing Harvestella, and honestly, finishing Harvestella now, after a week after it came out, it almost counts as a speed run because the game is just so massive. And it's not really a speed run, but if you want to do everything in Harvestella, it'll take you like 60 or 70 hours. And I think I feel like I'm only around 20 hours in the game, and I have no intention whatsoever of rushing through it because I'm just loving the experience. I legitimately, honestly just love this game. I didn't think I would love it that much. I did receive it for free. That's a big disclaimer. And I just, like, I never put my reputation on the line like that and say that I don't know, I like something just because I received it as part of the sponsorship or something like that. Yes, it was a sponsorship, but I've done other games as part of the sponsorship where I would play the game on stream and I would finish the game, and it would be a, you know, more or less satisfying experience. I would do a review, but I definitely wouldn't be logging in off stream to play the game. I wouldn't be obsessing about it over, you know, like on Twitter or whatever. Like, I wouldn't be talking about it that much. I legitimately just really, really enjoy Harvestella, and I'm very grateful to have received that game. Because I was, well, it's a 60-euro game, and a lot of people, at least at the very beginning, were very hesitant on whether or not they want to spend that amount of money on Harvestella. Some people who are very hungry for interaction on their Steam reviews or whatever, they posted reviews after 1 or 2 hours of gameplay that are laughable. Those reviews are laughable because people have no idea what they're talking about. People talked about things that literally change in the next chapter, but they never so much as gave the game an opportunity to take them through the tutorial, because the first 2 chapters of Harvestella are a legitimate tutorial in comparison, and people just didn't realize that. The cutscenes themselves in chapter 1 that introduce you to the game take about an hour. I don't understand, and it is beyond me how some people could like go ahead and make a serious review of the game 1 hour into their playthrough on Steam, and you can see that they've only played for an hour. It's like, what are we even talking about? Harvestella is gorgeous. Harvestella has so much to offer. Honestly, it is. I thought that it was a farming simulator, and I'm honestly not a big farming simulator person. I did love Island Sanctuaries and Final Fantasy XIV. I did occasionally play some crafting / gathering games or whatever, but I am not their biggest fan. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not. But Harvestella is much more than that. Harvestella made me love even that part of the game. And that's the part of the game that I log into to play off stream when I'm not doing the story. But the story is amazing. The combat is ARPG, the story is JRPG, and the farm life is farming sim. It's a really weird hybrid of pretty much pretty much everything that you can possibly, I don't know, imagine just put into this one game. Honestly, I didn't expect this kind of experience. I didn't expect that I would love the game so much, but I do. And it's one of my favorite games right now. I haven't even finished it, and I'm dreading finishing Harvestella because I don't want it to end. And I saw some people's ending credits, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there will be a time when I will finish this game when I will like not be logging in anymore to do anything. And when you just fall in love with a game, that is a very scary thought. It is. But for now, I'm just enjoying the experience, and I will not let that bother me. It is the same. But yes, warm recommendations for everyone. Everyone who's looking for that kind of thing. Harvestella is not for everyone. Definitely not for everyone. If you like JRPGs at their core, you're gonna like it. If you like ARPG combat that isn't too complex, it really isn't too complex, but it has a job system of like, I don't know, 15 jobs or whatever, and each has its own talent tree that you get to grow and get different abilities, and you can change combat, you can change the job during combat. That is, for me, complex enough. And the bosses really remind me of like Final Fantasy XIV raid bosses because the mechanics are similar. You go solo, but it's like a solo trial that you get to experience. It's actually very fun. If you enjoy that kind of combat, and if you like the I want to say the Genshin Impact style graphics when you walk around the world to like do dungeons or like gather materials around or whatever. Like when you walk around, that's what the game looks like, in my honest opinion. If you enjoy that kind of thing, and if you like having like a little farm and doing like a farm simulator on the side, you will love Harvestella. If you don't love these things, you will not love Harvestella. Don't buy Harvestella. Like if you enjoy like not cozy experiences, but like action-packed, not super story-filled experiences, and if you're gonna be bothered by the fact that the dialogue is not voiced, and that the only parts of the game that are voiced are you talking to your party members in combat, and the character talking to you during combat. If that's gonna bother you so much that it is a deal breaker, then Harvestella is not for you. But I don't see a problem with that. Like everyone who's used to Final Fantasy XIV and the speech bubbles that are not voiced will have, I think, no problem with Harvestella not being voiced. Honestly, I didn't at the beginning when I started playing, and I noticed that the game was not voiced. I was a bit weirded out because I expected for a €60 game to be voiced. But then I realized just how much content there is, just how many quests there are. And if you were to voice every single one of those quests, it would be €100 game and not a €60 one. Because there is just so much story, and the speech bubbles are not overwhelming. They're like 2 to 3 liners. They're not like the story's not complex. You spend a lot of time just like clicking through very short speech bubbles, and to me that was very relaxing and still is. I'm just loving the game. See, I can't stop talking about it. I need to stop though. I've been getting on everyone's nerves, probably. But I think you know the feeling. Like, at some point, I think each one of us has been obsessed with some game at some point of their lives. This is just my current obsession, and I'm very happy to do it. Honestly, I think gathering and doing, like, the farm work in Harvestella has made me more, I guess, motivated to level my crafters and my gatherers in 14, which is why I'm doing this now, instead of just being queued for a random dungeon and finishing leveling my other jobs, like battle jobs.